Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Heather Rebecca Wilson, and I'm the host of the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur show on Blab here, and I am super excited to announce my special guest today is Joyce Oladipo. Welcome, Joyce.
Hi, I'm so glad to be joining you live. This is awesome.
Tell us where you are right now.
I'm in Luxembourg. It's a very small country in Europe, and we have about 500 million people here in Luxembourg. So yeah, I'm in Luxembourg. I'm in Europe.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. I love that your face is the first beautiful face I get to see early in the morning. So I want to tell, our viewers a little bit about you. So you're the web personality behind Enchant Life TV and founder of Enchant Life International, a women's empowerment company for women entrepreneurs. And basically you, coach and mentor women entrepreneurs to be enchanting, right? To be iconic, to create an impressive imprint on people so they're attracting their dream clients, getting paid for what they truly desire while living their true expression and reworking their business around what excites them. Did I get that right?
Totally, you nailed it. That's all I want to say.
Awesome. Well, so tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are right now, because I know that you've got this rockin' business, and yeah, I chose you to be on this show because I think you have a really compelling story that I think is going to inspire not just women around the world, but I think anybody. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Tell us how you got here. Where were you before this?
Such an honor to be on this show. Yeah, I would really love to. I'm going to share my story here. I got started a couple of years ago when I was made redundant from a full-time job that I've actually built an identity with. That's all I could do. I just came from maternity for my seventh child. I just came back. She was just 3 months at the time. So I just went back to work. And while I was working there, they told me that I wasn't supposed to be in the office. And I was like, what do you mean? I mean, I'm one of your staff. I've been here for for a long time. And then they said they've sent me a letter that I've been made redundant. So that was how my whole world just got turned around, because I wasn't expected to be made redundant. I knew people were being laid off, but I wasn't expecting it to be me. So basically, that's how the whole journey started, because I knew I had to do something. I had to change my story. I had to pay my bills and all that. So that is really much what got me started as a coach that I am today.
Awesome. So tell me about the woman that you had to become along this journey, right? Because we met through our mentor, Gina DeVee, and she talks about, it's one thing to have, X amount of dollars be your goal, but really it's about who you have to become along the way to get to that. So what did you have to let go of in order to get to the place that you are right now?
Great question. When I started out my business, I didn't have any confidence at all. I've always done mediocre job. I was trained or told by people that that's all I could do. I was doing working in McDonald's, had a cleaning job for a while. I was a security guard for a while. So I had all this lower class job, mainly because I thought that is who I am meant to be, because people have already told me that. So when I jumped into onto the entrepreneurial world, it followed me. When I started my business as a coach, I wasn't really stepping into the role as an entrepreneur. I was still hiding out. I wasn't being visible. I was scared of being criticized. I was always commenting on myself that I wasn't very good enough. I'm not meant to be here. I don't deserve any success at all. And because of that, I procrastinated for a long time in my business. So for the success to really come for me, I had to get over my stories and really step into the role of somebody that is creating transformation for other people. I had to step into that role. For me, it was being visible, being confident, loving myself enough to know that I have enough to share to help someone else, even if it's just 1 year experience or 1 month experience or whatever it is. I still have more experience than someone else. So I had to love myself enough to accept where I am in my journey and just be more visible in that way and share my knowledge from that way. And that allowed me to start creating some quantum leaps in my business, because that belief in myself allowed me to step into bigger roles in my business, allowed me to start attracting the audience that I wanted to attract. It allowed me to command the rate that I wanted to command as well. So that's one of the things that I was able to do. Another thing that I also had to do was work on my own personal story. I had to journal about it. I had to get over my own story and realize it's just a story that I have just accepted from childhood. It's not who I am. I am spirit. I am love. I am joy. But I am not the pain that I have had on me since I was young, or the criticism that I've been getting from other people. I am not that person. Right inside of me, I know who I am. You know, I am somebody that is joyful. I'm somebody, of course, I'm love, I'm spirit, I'm energy, and that is pure and that is love. And the more I set myself that way, the more I got over the stories that I had, that I wasn't good enough, that I'm not expect to shine, I'm not expect to be visible, and things like that, the more I got over that. And another thing that also very, very important, of course, is wealth consciousness. I had to work on my wealth consciousness. It's so strong because if I don't have a relationship, don't even know what wealth is, or know that me and wealth are pretty much the same energy, and I have to vibrate at the same level of the wealth that I'm trying to command in my life, then I'm not going to be able to call in wealth into my life. Me and wealth, we're not separate. We are both energy. And for me to attract any amount of money into my life, I have to believe that I deserve it, and I have to vibrate at that same level, which means I have to have the mindset, the thought, and hang out with the right people, make sure that I'm saying the right things at the right time, not necessarily the right things at the right time, but always have positive thought, have positive conversation, and dump all the people that are having criticism, that are always complaining and have drama in their life because they're not adding value to my life. Make sure that I surround myself with beauty, which is so important. I also have to take care of my health to make sure that I'm eating high vibe food so that I am vibrating at the level of the people, the money, the wealth, the relationship, the partners, the friendship that I want to call into my life.
Wow. You just said a lot there. Yeah. That was really powerful. And I want to jump on what you said about dumping the relationships that were no longer serving you. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I think, especially when it comes to wealth consciousness, one of the stories that I think blocks anybody, but women entrepreneurs especially, is that I'm not going to be part of the tribe anymore if I start making money. Mm-hmm. And I think it's kind of like it's a subconscious story, because I think on the surface level, we want to believe, oh no, my family and my friends, they love me and they want me to be successful. But a lot of the times that isn't really true, right? Like sometimes people are threatened by change. Mm-hmm. And, as we grow, I think people who are meant to be in our lives will stay with us, but some people do fall away. But can you speak to that a little bit? Because I think that's hard for a lot of women. It's the relationship piece. Like, when I become successful, how is this going to change my relationships?
Totally. That's a really, really great question there, because true, sometimes we always feel like I felt the same way, that when I do start being successful in my business, that I would be losing a lot of my friends, my family be wondering what am I doing to get all the money and things like that. But what I also noticed is my friendship is based on my identity. I felt like all of my friends that I call into my life were pretty much all mediocre people. So we were not really aiming for anything bigger than just a 9-to-5 job, or, just doing things that are lower class and things like that. But at the end of the day, we felt very comfortable and safe to remain in that place. So when I thought about doing whatever I want to do, if I was scared of the criticism, because I'm going to feel outcast, I'm going to feel that they're going to judge me, that who am I to start doing this? You're now trying to prove that you're better than us, or things like that. So I was worried about that. A lot of people are staying in their old friendship is for the identity that they've kept over the years. Maybe they are pretty much the they're the person that everybody looks up to in that level. And maybe if they leave that job or leave that position or leave that friend, they will now have to start finding their ground in a new environment and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we all have to grow. So we have to expand. If the friendships that we're having is not helping us to grow, we have to move on, because we are, of course, we attract the same worth of the 5 people that we hang out with. We have the same mindset. We have the same consciousness with them. So we have to start thinking about expansion. So yeah, we do lose friends, but at the end of the day, there's so many other people that we are meant to impact as well. Even being friends with other people, we are impacting them, we are inspiring them, we are lifting them up. So we are we should feel bad that we are actually not stepping up and being of service to those other people than being in a group that is keeping us small. So friendship is all about just being open and being of service. So wherever we are going and the people that we attract, we should always be of service to them, and so that with that, that allow us to actually give up on the energy that we are leaving our old friends for some other new people. But no, we're not doing that.
Okay, wow. I think that's really helpful. I think that's really helpful as people. All right, so I want to talk about what you do now, which is you help women entrepreneurs be enchanting. You help them be iconic. For somebody who is like, oh my God, I can't be enchanting. Who am I to be an icon? Can you give us like just 3 easy steps? Like what are 3 simple things that we could start doing to be enchanting, to be iconic, and also talk about why that's so important in business?
Totally. When I was starting out in my business as a coach, I did graduate with Gina DeVee. So there was a lot of ladies that graduated from the course. So I felt a little bit intimidated that, oh my God, all these girls, they have all this experience. They're going to, I don't know, shine through. I'm too old and this, and I'm a mom. So I had all this story going on in my head. But what I also noticed while I was going through that drama, eventually I decided to step back, because while I was going through that, I had this tendency of copying a lot of the other girls, following them, seeing what they're all doing. And I wasn't actually making any progress in my business because I was following someone else's gift or, whatever they are good at shining at. So somehow while I was, trying to think of ways that I could expand or see how I can connect with my audience, I realized that people buy from the people they know, like, and trust. We all have to start from somewhere. There are people that have already been in industry for so long, and of course, a lot of people are being attracted to them for that reason, that they have a lot of experience. But still, there are also some other ladies that just started a year ago, and they're also making buzz. They're also creating buzz in the world. They're, attracting all these clients to themselves, and they are selling out their packages. So I just realized that what makes them different from me, we're both well experienced. We all both graduated from whatever school that we're graduating, the same age or not the same age. We're both women, and we're all good at what we do. But I just thought, what is it that made other people choose them over me? And then I realized that it was a likability factor. Somehow they've been able to shine in their own unique way and attract the audience that they truly desire to work with. So I have been able, so from there, I decided to, of course, interview a lot of ladies and ask them, what is it that they would like to buy from me? And they told me that they just love the way I radiate on social media. They love the way I share stories. They love the way I just do my thing. And from there, I was able to craft my own business as the Enchant Life coach. So what I mainly do is I help women entrepreneurs to really embody their brand from a personal point of view. So it's not necessarily about the color or the font or the pictures or the graphic that you do or you take. That's not necessarily it, because a lot of people have beautiful graphics or beautiful website out there that are not making a dime. It's more about how you can really share your personal story from your point of view. And for you to be able to do that, you have to embody your brand. You have to bring your brand to life. So that is what I help people to do. So Enchant Life is all about kind of really enhancing your true personality online. Of course, there's nothing to hide here. Of course, we're not talking about, chatting rubbish on social media or something like that. But for you to be able to enhance your true personality online, or what is interesting to your audience, you need to know your audience enough and then start sharing stories that are on brand. Live your life on brand. I always tell my clients that they always tell me they don't have a story to sell. I said, well, if you don't have a story to sell, that means you have a boring brand. Right. So you have to have a story. So for you to know what to share, you have to have a life. And for you to have a life, you have to know your brand. You have to know your audience as well. So it's all about creating an impressive imprint on your people, that when they go to bed, they remember you when they need a particular service, when they, when they know someone else that needs your particular service, they know that you're the one. So it's not only about the color, it's about the imprint. You've actually been able to imprint on their subconsciousness that they just remember you when things are just, when they really, really need your service.
Oh, that's great. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, so I want to talk about being a mom and being an entrepreneur at the same time.
Yeah.
How do you juggle those things? Because I think that there is a story out there saying, like, if I have a successful business, I can't have a family.
Yeah.
Right? Can you speak to that? What's been your experience?
That was one of my stories, actually. I didn't step on in my business because I felt that if I'm a mom, I'm not going to be a good mom if I have a business. Because I thought that to have a business, you're going to work hard, you're going to work long hours and things like that. But actually, I've experienced it. My mom had a business. She was working long hours and she was never home. She ended up, well, I was told, but I have to ask, well, she's dead now, but it would have been great if I can ask her that, okay, mom, my dad told me that you left us for your business. But that's old story now. But I had that ingrained in me that if I go after my business, my desire, I would be abandoning my kids. So I never stepped up in my business for a long time. But eventually when I worked on this story, because I knew that I loved my kids so much, and I was like, why would I want to leave my kids for my business? Why would I want to do that? I mean, It's not about the money. It's really about impacting life. Of course, to have money to live the life you want to live, which is utterly amazing. But also, I want to inspire my kids. I want to be able to take care of my kids, not to make the money and travel around the world and abandon my kids. So as soon as I got over that story, I was able to step into the entrepreneurial role and start seeing a bigger vision for myself. And from there, I knew I needed support. I needed structure in my life. I needed to have a plan, and I started to look for all the support I need. So the first thing that I did was I created a structure in my house. I told my husband the time that I love to work and the time that I don't like to work. So of course I like to start from 10 and finish at 5. So during that time, the kids are not around. We have someone that takes care of the kids for us. So I'm also available to taking care of my kids, but there's always support so that I don't have to work out myself. So I have a lady that takes care of the kids for me as well. So we do that. We do the running around for the kids as well. So that's all cleared out. I have a I have a system in place for, like, if I need to cook, I have a system in place to do that. All my cooking are all done on Sundays. They're all stored away. And during the week, I just have to warm it up. So I don't have to stress myself with that as well. I have a favorite app. I can't remember it right now, but I have an app on my phone that is with all my schedules in it. So if my husband needs to book any other appointment with, like, the barber or with the dentist or something, all you need to do is check in the app, and you'll see when I'm free or not. So it's all about creating structure and also creating boundaries and letting your family know that you are serious about this business and you want them to respect you for that, and also not disturb you for that. You want them for you to also be able to do that. When you let them know the boundaries and the structure, they would respect you and they would honor it. A lot of women, they don't have structure. They just wake up anytime they want. They let the kids running when they're working, or they don't have anything. They can't close the door, or they have friends come over when they're supposed to be coaching or writing their blog post or doing their video. And because of that, a lot of people are stepping on boundary. So boundary is important. Structure is important. Hiring the right support to help you around the house as well. And something that I also do is I love to have some time alone. So every 90 days, I love to schedule like 4 days away from the house. So I book a really gorgeous place in a hotel, and I spend time just by myself, writing my 90-day goal, journaling, and thinking about what my next plans are. So that's what I tend to do. So I have a lot of those in place.
I love that. You're such an inspiration. Oh my God. Well, so how many kids do you have, by the way?
I have 2, 7 and 5, 2 beautiful girls.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. And you have a husband. So how is this business impacted your marriage? Because that's another story, right? I can't have a happy relationship if I have a business, right? Or I can't be in a relationship and make money at the same time. So what do you say about that?
Great question there. I did fall in one of those traps as well. And yes, it did have an impact in my relationship, because when I did start out, I really didn't know what to do. Of course, I didn't know I needed structure, I needed boundaries and things like that. So I was having issues with my husband. I was always on the laptop at 7, at 8 or 9. I can be on Instagram when I'm in bed. It was literally crazy that he had no time or no space in my life. And I finally realized that he was very important to me, because he had a deep conversation with me. He said, "You are so in love with your computer." And I'm like, "No, I have a business." He said, yeah, but other people have businesses, but it doesn't ruin their relationship. And that's how it really clicked on me that, do I want to have a business that makes my relationship fall apart? And I said, no, you know. And of course, during my 90 days away, my 90 days away that I always set up, I decided to start thinking about the structure that I wanted to have in place and tell my husband about it, because I knew that if I have structure in place, it's going to improve my relationship with my husband and also allow me to have space to work in my business as well, and also allow me to have special time with my kids as well. So it's all about the structure. Of course, as I said, it did impact my relationship earlier, but eventually I learned my lesson. One thing I love to do, it might not sound very romantic, is I have a schedule for date nights on Fridays on my phone. He doesn't really know. I think he probably knows because now it's in the app. But I have it out there so that he knows that on Friday nights, we can spend special time together. The kids are sorted out. I have someone take care of the kids. And we can go out for a couple of hours and just like connect. No iPhone and no Instagram and no whatever, but just us connecting. So it's all about setting your priorities, knowing what is important to you. Of course, family is first. The business is somewhere at the bottom, but we also love our business. But structure allows you to create more fulfillment in your business as a wife, as a mom, and as an entrepreneur.
Joyce, I'm so impressed with you. I'm so impressed. I mean, it sounds like you have really good communication with your husband, and you're very self-aware.
Definitely.
So that's awesome. Like, you're going to help so many women. I love it. And you're already helping a lot of women. You're showing them how it's done.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for me. I'm always learning, but this is what worked for me till this very moment. And I'm willing that, I wanted to share it for other women, because it is possible to have it all, be a mom, be a wife, and also be an entrepreneur and have that, the fulfillment that you really want to have in all, at all stages. It's possible to have it. Don't feel that because you're a mom, you can't be an entrepreneur. Because you're a mom, you can't be a wife, or because you're an entrepreneur, you can't have it. No, it's all about having structure, respecting boundary and better communication, and knowing what are your priorities in life. Definitely.
Oh my God. And I love that you go away every 90 days, to like on your own personal retreat.
Definitely. That's what it is. Personal retreat.
Self and your desires. And oh my God, I mean, that must be so good for everybody in your life. That I love that. I'm just going to copy everything that you're doing. Okay. So you keep mentioning this app. What is this app?
I can't remember the name of the app. Not at the top of my mind right now.
It's not Google Calendar, is it?
No, it's not a Google Calendar. It's another app. I just have to check.
All
but,
right.
I don't want to interrupt your thing.
No, it's okay. At the end, if you think about it, we have this live chat box on the right.
Okay, they can ask me for sure. Yeah, definitely. Because the app is really, really handy for sure.
Yeah. You keep mentioning it. I'm like, what is this app? Well, so, okay, the next thing I want to ask you about is your daily routine. I know, like, every successful person that I know has a routine that they stick to. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do every day to set yourself up for success?
Definitely. First thing I do in the morning, I know a lot of people say they probably go and meditate and pray and, read some world consciousness book. I don't start that way because I have 2 little kids and they wake up anytime they want. So the first thing I do is really give my kids attention. Even the first thing I do is pretty much thank God that I'm actually alive, that I actually have another chance to be out there, to impact their life, to actually smell my kids, to smell my husband. I mean, that is just good for me. So I actually thank God I only spend a few minutes on bed to do that. But then my kids run in, and then my kids are my next priority, taking care of them. Of course, affirming to them that they are good enough, they are beautiful, they have beautiful hair. They should not compare themselves to anyone else. That's also something I love to spend time on, is to reaffirm to them that they are good enough. I never thought that when I was little. So I always do that when they are having a shower or when I'm just massaging them. They have beautiful skin. I always reaffirm that so that it kind of sinks into their subconsciousness as well. So I spend a lot of time doing that. After I've now dropped them off to school, that's when I now have time for myself. So that around 8 to 10, I actually like to start at 9 because when I come back, I still like to have a nice cup of tea or something. Chill out with my husband before he goes to work. And after he's left is when I start doing my wealth consciousness wealth consciousness reading. I love to listen to a lot of audiobooks actually while I'm taking care of the kids as well. So the kids are also listening to The Science of Getting Rich or Happy Pocket Full of Money, which is one of my favorite books, or The Think and Grow Rich. So that one is always on loudspeaker so the kids can listen to that. Anyway, after the kids have left, my husband has gone, that's when I now have time for myself to really quiet my mind and listen to what my spirit has me to do. Because there's one thing that you're on Facebook or learning from a lot of people, which I've also noticed, but there's one thing that you have to know what is in alignment with your own spirit and know how you are meant to be of service. So if not, you'll be overwhelmed with all the things that you're learning and you're taking all this action and nothing is really hitting the ball. So I always spend a lot of time in quieting myself and really listening to how I am supposed to inspire somebody, how I'm supposed to work with my clients today, how I'm going to draw in clients in, how I'm supposed to be high vibe. So I always listen to my soul to feel that. So I spend about 10 to 20 minutes on that. And the Wealth Consciousness book is still ongoing audio, or sometimes I can read that as well. But mostly I only work, I work five days a week. So Fridays is off. I like to take time off on Friday just to relax, get myself ready for my husband for date night. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, I use that for marketing. So there's no coaching. So I only work about 5 hours a day. I start at 10 and I finish at about 5 or so. So that's more than that, I think. About that or so, 5 or 6 hours. So I use that for to do all my coaching, all my marketing stuff. So Friday is always off. I love to exercise in the afternoon instead of the morning, like some other people do. So I go to the gym, or I don't necessarily like to go to the gym, but I love running, or I can do some Pilates. I love Pilates a lot as well. So I do a lot of running, but now that it's quite cold, I just do a lot of Pilates in the house for about an hour or 45 minutes or so. So that's pretty much how my routine goes. I outsource a lot and I just focus on the money activities. That's all I focus on, which is creating content, collaborating with people like you just emailed me as well. So I do a lot of videos like this. I try to email people that I can write for, guest blogging. I do a lot of that. I do a lot of writing on my blog, emails. I do spend some time on that as well. I also try to email people that I can collaborate. Sometimes I craft emails for referrals, craft emails for follow-up for old clients. So I spend a lot of time doing that, or I'm coaching clients. And that's what lights me up. I spend time on the things that help my business grow instead of chit-chatting with friends or being on social media as well. And all the other things that help the back-end stuff, I outsource to my VA.
I love it. Outsourcing is huge. I'm doing a bunch myself now because I realize I'm doing way too many things that are not money-making activities. So that's awesome, Joyce. Okay, well, so you mentioned that you love audiobooks, and you mentioned Happy Pocket Full of Money and The Science of Getting Rich. Are there any other books that you find that you are recommending to clients on a regular basis that you would like to share with us that are must-haves?
Yes, The Science of Getting Rich is amazing. That's one of the books that now I found my phone. Actually beside me. I use Audible a lot. So I have all my books on there. One of the books that I love right now is Infinite Power. Beautiful. Yeah, Infinite Power is amazing. Your Faith is Your Fortune. Also another book that I love to read. They're very short books. And another one that I read every day, it's an audio book I love to listen to with a kid, is The Power of I Am.
Okay.
Because I want my kids to be able to say powerful words. I am strong, I am this, instead of I can't do this, I'm this, I'm short, I don't want that. So I read those books. So those are, apart from the Think and Grow Rich or The Science of Getting Rich, those are really, really big books that I love to read. And I'm going to add one more to the list, which is quite good. It's from Wayne Dyer. It's called Wishes Fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's also a really nice book.
Awesome.
So those are the books that I have. I have loads of other books, but I know you probably have asked other ladies and they've told you about Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich. So I wanted to add more bunch to the list.
Yes. No, thank you. These 4 that you just mentioned, I haven't Yeah, I haven't read. And actually, I've heard of Wishes Fulfilled, but the other three I hadn't heard of at all. So this is amazing. Thank
They
you.
are beautiful books and they're very quick reads, especially if you want to do an audiobook. I love to do audiobooks because pretty much I can be cooking and have the audiobooks in the background. There's one time I was listening to it with my daughter while with the kids and I was on the phone, so I put it on pause. And then Zaina, she's 7 years old, she said, Mommy, but I was listening to that. And I was like, okay, I thought it was just me, so I said, okay, and then I just put it back on. So they're always learning, and I just love to have that in my house instead of watching TV. I just
Yeah,
love having the echo of our audiobooks. And when I'm traveling, then I can read a book. If I love the book so much, then I buy the book. But if
right.
I'm not really into the book that much, I just leave it as an audiobook because it's difficult for me sometimes. I mean, it's an excuse, but sometimes it's difficult for me to have two kids on my lap and then I'm reading a book. It's difficult. So I can have at least the audiobook and they can watch TV while they're just beside me.
Oh my goodness. I'm so impressed with you. And your kids are so lucky to have you as their mom. They're learning so much. They're getting so much like positivity from you. I love it. Well, so, I'm sure your kids, I know that they look up to you. Who do you look up to? Like who are the women that inspire you right now?
To be honest, pretty much all the newer coaches are the ones that inspire me right now. You, Melissa, I don't know, Erica, Emily, you guys are like bombshells. It's just amazing. I mean, apart from Oprah and all that, they've already been in the game for so long. I'm really inspired by the younger generations and what they are bringing into the market that is different from all the other generations, especially those that have already created the audience. So much, I realize I can't learn from them as much as people that are really killing it right now because they are tapping into the newer way of doing things and they are actually outgoing, they're more exciting to watch. And so that's why I said it's the younger generation, the millennials are the ones that are inspiring me. There's so many of you out there in the academy that I'm learning from. So I can't really give, I'm not going to give you some superstar that has already been rocking it for years. No, no, it's the younger generations. And that's what I tell my kids. I let them know that they are people that are making it. They're younger than me and they are really killing it. They have a better chance as well. All they have to do is believe in themselves and explore what they have to offer. Hire the right support, support the support system. Dump the friend that makes them feel unworthy, that makes them feel that is not possible. Dump them and start looking at the people that are really rocking it out within a year or 2 years or whatever. Look at those people. That would give you the belief to know that anything is possible.
I love you. You're like, dump those people. I mean, it's the truth. You have to do it. You have to do it sometime.
You have to do it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had this friend of mine. She was following me on Facebook. And when I was starting out my business, I remember she would always she always criticized my posts. She would always criticize my posts. And I would feel so bad that for weeks, I would not be on Facebook. Or I put a video there. She would say, oh, your earrings looks a bit off. Your hair is a bit too big. I think that doesn't look professional. So I would crash for like months,
No.
She would tell me loads of horrible things. And then eventually I blocked her. And I just blocked her. It's like, that's as easy as it could get. I just blocked her. Because she was like, why are you the only one seeing my hair and nothing else? And I just blocked her. And that was it. And I just noticed as soon as I blocked her, I just never had any excuse why I should not be visible. I just had no excuse for that. And now I just start showing up. So the people that are making you feel inadequate have to be cut off because they are not helping you grow. They are just there to put you at the same level that they are. And they probably feel good that you're at the same level. But because you're going higher a little bit, they're feeling intimidated and insecure. So I just blocked her. That's as easy as it gets. And now I'm just doing my own thing. I couldn't be bothered if she's there or not.
I love you. You are dropping some truth bombs on people right now. I know it sounds harsh, but really, you have to do exactly what you said. You got to block people. You got to dump people. That's reality.
Exactly. That's how it goes. I mean, especially if they are hurting you from expanding. If they have like great words to say that, oh, you can improve there's just so much a friend can even say as well. It becomes too much. It will be like, is it every day that you have one damn thing to say that is not good, that you can't even pick up something good? Maybe you block them as well. But if just once in a while, you're trying your best and they're not your coach, for goodness sake, So I always think about that as well. So if they are there to be inspired and, do one or two comments, but they're just there to help you out, that's fine. Because you are growing, we're all growing. And we know that it takes a lot of time to actually put ourselves out there. How much was somebody commenting, putting back comments all the time?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. So I love your flowers in your hair. I just noticed them because, we have that bar above and I couldn't see. I love that. Hold on. Is that a headband? What do you have going on?
It's a headband. Yeah.
So pretty. I love it.
Love it.
Reminds me of like Frida Kahlo or something, the artist.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool. I love it. Okay. Well, so tell us, what is coming up for you? What's next? What's on the horizon? What are you planning right now?
What I want to do, my main plan, of course, I am going to launch a group program because I don't want to work as much to make the same amount of money. I want to spend quality time with my family. So my plan for this summer is to launch a group program. I'm also relaunching Enchant Life as a bigger brand because I just tapped into Enchant Life earlier this year. Because at first it was still my old brand, which was Joyce Oladipo, my name, and I can see my business growing into supporting moms because I have a course called Back a Mom where I support moms that are trying to start their business but don't have the money to start their own business. So I have a bit of that I'm doing. I'm also trying to design some things like purses for moms and things like that. So Enchant Life is going to be something really big. So I'm going to rebrand Enchant Life this summer. I'm launching a group program this summer. And my desire is to work less and make more, really.
I love it. I love that desire. Okay. Well, so if people want to find out more about you, where should they go?
Yeah, exactly. They can go to enchantlife.com. That's the name of my website, enchantlife.com.
Will you do me a favor and type it into the chat box here on the right?
On the right? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you see it, the live chat box, and it says send a message at the bottom right.
Yeah, live.com.
Yeah, do that. And
I want to also put the name of the app. It's Cozy App.
Perfect.
That's the name of the app as well. I know some women might want to know about that. Quite handy, very, very handy.
Okay. All right. Well, Joyce, this has been amazing. I loved this interview. You are so interesting and you're so energetic and inspirational. I think your story is really powerful. And there was just so much. There were so many nuggets in this interview. I mean, I just think it was awesome. And I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for doing this. It's just so nice to have you.
I'm so glad to be joining you live on this show. I've always wanted to be on the show since I've seen you posting some things. I'm like, I hope she calls me. And then you did. So I'm so honored.
Glad so cool. Well, so are you going to be in the States at all anytime soon?
Yes, I'm planning to be there for the summer with my kids. So I don't know when, maybe July or so, when they're off on holidays, I want to be there. I wanted to be in Vegas as well. So yes, I'm planning to be in the States sometime soon.
All right. Well, because, I just moved to Venice Beach.
Yeah, you did. You said so.
Okay. So if you're in LA, please look me up. Awesome. Okay. So
finding it there. Are you loving it?
Oh my God. Yes. I'm so happy right now. It's ridiculous. I'm just typing something into the live chat. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Joyce, thank you again for doing this interview. I want to have you again. We're going to do this again. We'll talk about so everybody, the distinguishing feature of the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur is her sizzling mindset, okay? So, and the foundation of that mindset is a spiritual relationship of her own understanding. And to that end, I offer you guys a free gift. I've got a free ebook called The Glamorous Global Entrepreneur's Mini Guide to Spirituality, and I've put the link here in the chat box. So, oh no, maybe I didn't. There we go. There it is.
Just put it there now.
So, and you guys, if you want to find out more about Joyce, go to enchantlife.com and get on her mailing list and stay in touch with her. And everybody, have a great day. Thanks, Joyce. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.